struggled finding P and which T they want us to use.
P or T? Sorry,
Both.
Papa or Tango?
The p-value. Finding the p-value, because there was the p-value in the data that they said was given, but it wasn't always given.
So I'll tell you what that, so it's in the data itself, the p-value when dealing with, you know, T and everything, when you're dealing with that, the p-value is the the cis tails. So when you're looking at data flow, and then the p-value depends on what your alternative hypothesis is.
Right.
So if it's and a lot of that is calculated through SPSS rather than you by hand.
Right. But for some reason, like in the text, it didn't have the like when it was one-tailed, it didn't cut the p-value in half like they said to do on the video. And then I don't know, there just seemed to be two. There was the t-value that they gave you in the SPSS, and then there's the t-value that you had to calculate. And one has the star, but the other one doesn't have the star. And it just, I don't know. I just didn't know. And it's supposed to be sigma unknown. Yeah. But to do the calculations, you have to use their standard deviation. But which standard deviation, because there's sometimes was two, it seemed like there was two on the data. I don't know. It was just that little section in there. Really, it was just a matter of finding which one to use. That would confuse me.
Are you talking about in SPSS or in the reading?
Either in SPSS or just in calculation. Like what numbers to use for my calculations.
So in SPSS,
really quickly,
it really depends on. Or I'll wait until she gets back.
I'm right here. I'm just right here. Shutting my door so I can't reach it. I have a desk right here and I can't just, Anyway, continue.
Okay, so in SPSS, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. But part of it, like if you go, hold on, let me pull up my SPSS real quick.
So, like, sometimes it seemed like they use the information from the explore option, and other times they seem to take it from the t-mean. Does that make more sense?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. In all honesty, that reading screwed me up more than it helped.
And how different were the values when you calculated them differently, Susan? Were they?
So, like, the ones that I calculated were different than the t-value when you took the t-mean.
Yeah.
They were different.
Yeah, and
a lot different or a little different?
A lot different.
Okay.
I mean, and some of them were I don't know, some of them were a lot different and others were a little different, but just enough to screw up the answer.
Sure.
Like maybe the answer would be something like 0.7327, whereas what they wanted was 0.7323. And so when you go to round, you'd just be off by 1.
So I remember in the videos, because if I get bogged down by the text, I just start watching the videos. And in the video, he said that because of what you're talking about, because of that difference, they actually build in a little bit of a buffer to the questions.
Yes.
So if it's only a tenth or a rounding, up or down, and it's one of those questions, then they have built in a buffer for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, I was also going to tell you guys, did you take a chance to review your, and this is just a general, all classes, if you have an opportunity to review your tests and exams and quizzes with your instructor, do it. Yeah. I have done it every semester, and almost every time I do it, I get some points back.
Yeah, I guess can we do that with this class? Because I've done it with some of my others.
Yes. So it was in last week's announcements, or maybe it was in Saturday or Sunday's email. But there was a link that you could sign up. And I think tonight might have been the last night to do it.
Okay.
But there was a link to a Google Doc where you could sign up to meet with her. And then we just went through and she helped me understand the questions that I'd gotten wrong. And on a cup for this particular one, and actually, if I think about it, I had anatomy and physiology I did this with. And I also did it with a healthcare administration class. And I justified using the text. I justified why I thought the way I thought. Yeah. And I was given some points back. And
yeah, so, I've done a similar thing with some of my professors in or here at the campus. And it helps significantly. Not only because you can find out what what was the breach or the gap in your thinking.
Yes. Yeah.
But it also you can defend your
reasoning.
Reasonings.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's a side note.
Yeah. All right. So if we.
So like here's an example, like with the p-value. Data. I remember clicking on it, and you know how it just gives you the 0.000. It only gives you the 3 zeros, but if you double click on it, it gives you the p-value. Or what they said in the videos. Okay, right here's your p-value, because I went looking for it because I was like, where are they finding the p-value in the data? I double clicked on it, and it gave me 0.76723 times 10 to the negative 12.
And what that is actually scientific notation.
Right.
So that would be almost you would call that next to zero.
Right, and I get that, but what they wanted, it said use the software compute the p-value. What they wanted was for me to put it in the student T probabilities applet and do the 14 degrees of freedom, which gave me 0.9085 for the p-value.
Are you looking at 12D?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me pull that up.
Wait, sorry. 12D is in dog or E is in elephant?
E is in dog.
Okay.
Actually, E is an elephant. The next one.
Okay.
They go hand in hand, the D and the E.
Yeah. I don't have any of that still open, so I gotta open it.
I'm getting it open right now. 12E.
But it just, I don't know. It just seemed like I was also struggling to find what their sample was as opposed to what the mean was. Like what's mu in the equation, because you have to have x bar minus mu.
Did you enter in the confidence interval?
Maybe.
Because that will skew your results significantly.
Trying to figure out which one was the confidence interval.
So when you go into SPSS and you do a t-test,
right,
you're supposed to put your confidence variable or interval down there in the bottom.
So isn't that just like 95%?
But you do, or it's, hold on here.
Let me open up something. Where was clients?
Or sorry, it's not the, it's your, gosh, U, which is the equivalency.
It's supposed to be the mean.
So in 12, it would be 47. You would put in there.
Okay.
And that will actually skew your value significantly, or put it, because that's what the comparison is.
For that one I did get it.
Okay. And you did the t-test on that, right?
There were others, though, where it didn't. I don't know. Where did I'm trying to figure out which. I don't know. I may have eventually found certain numbers, and it's like, oh, good, that worked. But I just know finding the p-value and finding which t-value to use was hard.
Okay. There's something that will.
Let me look at the homework. Did you guys do the homework?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I did the homework, and then I've also looked at the group preparation. I haven't taken it all the way through, but I'm pretty sure I know the answers. I've just written them down.
When I do my work, I just kind of write stuff down, and I forgot to label what number it is for.
Okay.
So compute the mean. So like number 2. What did I do? Sample size, deviation is unknown. Okay, so it gave you S. I don't know. I guess I just have a hard time trying to figure out like where to find S. Is that regular standard deviation? Oh, is that
S is.
I'm getting called.
Is Josh trying to get in?
No, that's John. John, you're calling me.
Why am I calling you?
I don't know.
I shouldn't be. Holy crap, what's going on? Like my phone is freaking the heck out.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Oh, Josh is trying to call.
Oh, that is Josh. Mine said John. Oh, oops. Can I get a resend of the link in the meeting? Still wouldn't work. Here, let me try. Sorry, dude. Here we go. Let's see. I don't know. I just had the hardest time finding my T's, and their T's never came out.
So
right now, sweetie, I can't talk.
instructions for conducting one sample t-test.
I mean, when they give you the S, but when it's something that you have to find it all yourself.
Yeah.
That's when I kept screwing things up. It's like I know how to do the procedures, and I have all the equations in front of me, and I looked at all the videos, and I read all the everything, but for some reason it's like, which set of data do you want me to use?
Well, why don't we open up the quiz and see if we can run into the issue that you're having, see if we can figure it out.
I think that's a good idea.
All right, let's give Josh just another minute though. And that will give me a chance.
Who's the guy or the person hosting?
It's me. I just sent it to him again.
You sent him the Evite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let me do it the other way. There he is.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, Josh?
What about you?
I'm doing all right.
All right, do the quiz.
We're working
Yeah.
on that.
Just starting.
Wash. That's good.
All right. So have you guys got the quiz open?
Yes.
Getting there.
Don't
Are you
mind me,
still
I finished the quiz already, so.
Are you still in California?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you there? Because I'm just really jealous.
On vacation.
You are on vacation?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm really jealous.
Yeah. It was warm today, but it cooled off tonight.
It's been windy as heck here. We've had like trees falling over, branches getting ripped off,
Yeah.
things from housing getting torn off.
Mm.
It's been awesome.
That's
Here
no
in
fun.
Missoula we did too.
That is no fun. I'm sorry.
Are all three of you guys in Idaho normally?
Yeah. I'm in Rexburg.
Rexburg. Susan, I know you're in Rex. No, you're moving.
I'm not.
Not Josh.
No.
Where are you at, Josh?
I'm located in southern Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the bottom state, teeny corner. Not too far from Vegas.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
One of my roommates is heading to Vegas this weekend.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's going down there to take engagement pics.
Ah, that's fun. It's a nice place.
Yeah.
That's where I currently live.
All right.
Alright.
Hey, Josh, do you have the thing or the quiz open up? Oh, you've already taken it.
Mm-hmm. I've taken it already.
How'd you do?
I got 100.
Okay.
I just don't have the answers in front of me right now.
It's okay.
It sounds like Josh might be driving and eating at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a car.
I'm impressed. There's some serious multitasking happening.
Skippy.
In this wacky traffic down here.
Okie doke. So one, two.
We actually got to see Josh.
Yeah, when I saw the video, I thought, oh my gosh, he has a face.
Yeah, it could be like a ghost talking.
Yes. All right. So,
All right. In previous class, or go ahead. Sorry.
Are we doing question 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one I got. That one is, we assume our sigma is unknown.
Need to go get a car
Okay.
washed up.
Yep.
That's what I got.
Number 4, that one I'm just writing everything out right now.
For number 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
For number 4, sigma is not known.
Is not known. Okay.
That's right.
Oh wait.
No.
No.
But you can write it all out because I think that you need it for the next set.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
I need a pen.
Okay. So.
Gone are the days when I can do any of this in my head.
Yeah.
The first few lessons I got by just remembering numbers, but I do that anymore.
Oh, fun.
Like on this one, with my calculations, I got 1.5.
I don't remember what I got.
Yeah, for the value of T.
Yeah, I got 1.5 also.
I think it was around there.
I got that too.
Okay. So we're all pretty sure that that's 1.5.
Yep.
So this next part, because you can't copy and paste it, if you open up the body temp file and then go down to the 8.2 and then clear everything else off,
Hold on, you're using words and things that I don't understand. I have to see it. Oh, good, it's working. Hold on. Oh, you are not to be playing with. I know, I just can't lose it. I need that for tomorrow.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto West Street.
Come on.
Because if you use all of the body temp data, it'll skew and it won't be accurate for what they're asking.
Oh, okay.
So can we?
Just for me to type it all in.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. We can
Yeah,
just.
you can definitely do that.
See if Daddy's home.
He is.
Shut my door.
He is home.
So.
Continue on West Street for 1 mile.
So which question you guys on?
This would be number 5, or sorry, number 6.
Number 6. Okay. I don't remember what that one is.
The
That's
body temp.
with body temp, and you have to figure out the X.
Oh, you have to figure out what it is. And isn't it like an upper bound and a lower bound after that?
It's no, the next one after that is what is S.
Oh, that's right.
So the first one I have is 98.22.
That's
Okay,
what I
numbers.
got. Are you? Oh, she's still trying to punch it in.
Stop putting
Oh,
numbers in.
it's sorry.
I'm like, stop saying numbers.
Yeah.
7.
98.22. That's what I got. I remember that number.
Yeah.
Almost there.
You're good.
Turn right onto West Scarborough Boulevard.
Okay, now how many of those were there? 20?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Divided by 20. Yeah, okay, 98.22.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, can you guys tell me what S is?
So S would be the standard deviation.
Of a 1 sample. Boy, that was confident.
So it should be 0.922.
Oh, okay.
You see that on there?
Yeah, okay. I just made that more complicated. So what am I missing with the 1 sample stuff?
Turn left on
The one sample?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just reading in the text, and some of these windows say 1 sample statistics.
On the T-score?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's how it's so if you go into SPSS
Mm-hmm.
and then you date or analyze,
Yeah.
turn left onto
and then down to, gosh, what is it? Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Okay, what are we talking about? I'm lost.
In the text, there are some spots that talk about a 1 sample statistic, and I
And that's
don't know what that is or when I would use it.
so yeah, it's in SPSS.
Yeah.
So you go to analyze, then compare means,
That's
Uh-huh.
what I was thinking.
and then 1 sample t-test.
Oh, so you would compare the mean of the overall with the 1 single sample?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Because that's where you have to put that test value
Okay.
down in the bottom, and that's what. So it takes all those different samples
Mm-hmm.
and does them singly, or basically takes them and isolates the variables.
Okay.
So, okay. So number 6 was 98.22, right?
Hold on. I've got to get back to it.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so then how did you find the S?
In in the SPSS output. It's just the standard deviation.
I think it should be in the statistics of it, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me look.
If I remember right.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. See, my standard deviation, it says that it's 0.7376. Where do you have to look under? Do you look under the mean, like comparative means, and do the T sample?
So did you go to analyze, compare mean, one sample T-test?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. And then
And it still says the standard deviation is 0.7376.
And you entered in your test value?
Maybe that's what I didn't do.
I think it's that you have to.
Oh. No.
Turn right onto Woodbury Road.
It still gives me a standard deviation of 0.7.
I wonder if you have an error in your data somewhere.
Continue on Woodbury Road for a half mile.
Do you want me to read? Do you want me to read the data to you while you check it?
Because actually, you got the 0.922 correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, well, you don't need to read all 100 and.
Just the first 20.
It's just 20.
Okay. So did you just enter that into a new?
I did. I just did a whole new thing.
That's what happened. I didn't enter it in.
Okay.
I just did it all on a calculator and typed that up for the mean.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to use it in SPSS.
Okay.
And it's because they are taking different layers of data. I mean, yes, you could technically go through and do it by hand, but the buffer, because they use a buffer system, it won't come out the same.
Right.
Turn right onto Euclid Street.
Okay. All right, so I'll just take your word for it then instead of writing every single one of these back in.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my, okay, so if X is the 98.22, then we have to subtract that from the 98.6. And S,
Turn right onto Euclid Street.
922. What was our population?
Your population would have been the 20.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
In 1,000 feet, your destination.
And this is where having or putting that data into SPSS would be helpful because it gives you your T-score.
Right. Well, let me double check.
Oh no, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
What?
So what I got was negative 1.843.
You got it.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Where is that in SPSS?
Hold on, I'll have to pull it back up.
Yeah, well, I would, but.
Isn't that when you would do the mean T-score? Analyze, compare means, and then one sample T-test?
Yeah.
And then it would give you your T?
Your destination is on the right.
And what did you get?
Negative 1.843.
All right. Walk me through how to find it in SPSS again, because that's not what I'm getting. So analyze, compare means, one sample T-test.
Yep. And then you've got to go down, or you'll enter in body temp for your test variables, and then put your test value at 98.6.
Oh.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, if you don't put in that test sample, it will screw you up so bad.
Right. Okay. So Susan, is that what you were talking about at the beginning?
You know what? That probably is where everything got screwed up.
When to use the the parameter as the t-test value and when to use the calculated t-test value?
Probably, because my calculated never came out to what they showed me.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't put that parameter.
Yeah, that if and I remember this from the last time I took this class. So many people got screwed up on that because they forgot to put in that parameter value.
Yeah.
So let me write that. Let me make a note of that.
Right. Now I lost it. Negative 1.8 something. So when you're comparing only one statistic, you use the t-value from the sample size of 20 or whatever it is.
Yes.
And when you're comparing it to a null hypothesis, you use the t-value, not the t-value, use the whatever that stupid number is
Mu?
as your mu. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, mu or whatever.
Yes.
It's kind of a dumb symbol.
It's its own language. Okay.
That's math is its own language in and of itself.
Yeah.
It took me forever to figure out what they meant by sigma unknown and sigma not unknown. I was like, what are they
Yeah.
talking about?
Right. That what the symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The little
that's what
swirly
it
O.
Right.
All right. So what do you guys think of the p-value?
So that should be in the data.
It's actually it's
I
in
think you put
the
it in.
data, but not the whole step, because remember the p-value is determined on your alternative hypothesis. So that's how you're going to figure out your p-value. If you go into the reading, I've got it pulled up, so I'll explain it to you. Our hypothesis or our alternative hypothesis on this one, if I remember correctly, is it's U is less than 98.6. So when we do that, the p-value is the area in the tail to the left of the test statistic, or sigma 2 tail.
Right.
In SPSS. So essentially you would just divide that in half. So by 2. And that will give you your p-value.
Yep.
Don't you also have to put in the degrees of freedom?
Not in this, because you're not using the T applet.
Oh.
This is strictly SPSS here. In fact, in the entire thing that you're doing or in the homework and this, you will not use that applet. I don't know why she has it there.
But could you put
I don't know why
in
either.
applet?
No, you
Because
can't.
In our homework, we had to use the applet.
Are you sure? Because I didn't have to use it.
Yeah, it said, paste your applet.
Huh.
Maybe not the homework. Or maybe I just didn't paste it.
Okay.
Yeah. But for our preparation thing we did.
Yeah, for the prep you did.
The distributional shape. So just out of curiosity, would it be 0.041?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, so what I did, I went to that applet, I selected the left side, I gave it 19 degrees of freedom because, the one less than the population.
Yeah.
And that's what I got.
Yeah. So Susan, I was doing everything by hand, which is what you're doing. I was doing everything by hand early on in the semester because I wanted to make sure I understood it. And I talked to her about that, and she said, as long as you make sure that you're doing the formula and the process correctly, there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just faster and easier to use the software. But she said,
well, I just didn't enter everything in, so I did it by hand.
Yeah, and if it helps you to remember why you're doing it that way, then it's not a bad thing at all.
No, not at all. But I will give you a cautionary tale to that. As we towards the end of the semester, especially with our group project, know how to use SPSS because it will be a blooming lifesaver.
Right.
Definitely use, I mean, if you're more comfortable doing it by hand, it's just that more things that we're going to be using different data sets for.
Yeah.
SPSS is you will spend 8 times the amount of time figuring it out by hand than you will using the applet.
Right.
Normally, and that's why I was getting so confused, because apparently I wasn't entering something improperly, and I was trying to use the data when it told you to do it by hand. I'm like using the data. I'm like, why am I not getting the right things?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, number 10.
So
because we are less than our
alpha.
So we reject.
Yep, we do reject the null hypothesis.
That's something else that confused me. So here we go. Here's another long Susan tangent. With some of the questions, I knew when to reject and when to fail to reject, but I didn't always know why.
Okay, so
that's what I kind of got tripped up with the homework quiz.
In this case, so if the p-value is smaller than your alpha, that means that the probability that the evidence is correct is small. So your alpha is your confidence interval. If it's less than your confidence interval, you're not certain of it.
Okay.
So your null hypothesis, you're now no longer certain of it.
Okay.
That's how I remember it.
Okay, we'll see if I can remember that. I mean, it makes sense. It totally makes sense. But for some reason, whenever they give me the 4 options, and it's like, I know what.
Kind of think of it as a threshold. So your alpha is your threshold. If you don't make it to alpha, all the time you're going to reject it because you can't. You're not getting up to the threshold to confirm it.
Right. All right. So let's see. Next one, we have to enter in all these other things. What are you doing now, Josh?
My dad's washing the car.
Okay.
It's kind of strange, but it has some glue stuff on my parents' car from some tree that we parked under. That's why you hear that noise.
So
And just reminding you again, make sure you put in your test value.
Yep, make sure to put in that T thing.
And that's 21, right?
On this one here?
Yeah.
Well, your test value will be 40.
Because, yeah. Okay, your mu. So not your population.
No, but it's your mu that I understand, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Okay, so
do you guys have your one sample test?
Yeah, but I think I did it wrong.
What's your sigma? Or sorry, what's your sig?
What's my what?
What's the sig two-tailed on there?
The sigma's 36.356.
Okay, yeah, there's something wrong that you had on there.
Okay, I got sigma 0.026, and so I got 0.013 for my p-value.
Your p-value should be 0.995.
Yeah, that's what it
So
should
my
be.
test value, I put at 21, and it should be 40, huh?
Yeah, it would be 40.
Yeah, that's what I got for my p-value. I got the 0.995.
Yep, and remember, because of our alternative hypothesis, is that it doesn't equal 40, and so that means that your p-value is going to be the two-tailed part, or sig two-tail.
All right.
So the sig two-tailed is 0.995.
Yes. So that is going to be your p-value because the alternative hypothesis it just means that it's not equal to.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to refresh on this, it's step 4 in your reading.
Okay.
Because it tells you about how to determine p based on your alternative hypothesis.
Okay. So that's a really high p-value, so we're going to fail to reject.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because your alpha is what, 0.05 or 0.01? Yeah, we're definitely going to fail to reject this one.
Yeah, it's a fail. I guess that would mean there's enough information, right?
So you keep the same level of significance.
But you're changing your alternative hypothesis.
Right.
So in this case, because it's less than, we're going to basically divide it in half again, which even if you divide it in half, it's still not going to get down to 0.01 or, sorry, less than 0.01.
Right, but the p-value would decrease.
Yes, it would decrease.
And you would still fail to reject.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Now construct a 95% confidence interval for the true mean. Wait time. Okay, so now in this one, we change the test value to 21.
No, in this one, so the way I did this one, hold on here.
Wouldn't you just go into the Explorer and get your information from
Yes.
there? Actually, you don't even have to do that because it shows you your lower and upper limits. With
What does it show there?
So with the T, because you're -0.50 and you're 16.59.
Okay, so I'll tell you. So in this lower limit.
Oh, you're right. It's different.
Yeah, it should be 23.5, and your upper limit is 56.6.
Yes.
And I think I remember that you could just change your test value.
Yeah, you can change
2.49 and 35.59.
No, it should be 23.5 and 56.6.
Nuts.
And so, hold on. What I did is I went to analyze and then descriptive statistics.
Yeah.
Explorer, right?
Yeah, Explorer.
I was just hoping there was a shortcut.
Yeah.
Well, what's nice though is once you do your T test first, and then you do the analyze and explore, it all shows up on the same thing.
Yeah.
So you're not like flipping back and forth. So that's nice. But I just never figured out, like, let's see. So confidence interval difference. Confidence interval for mean. I think that's where I was screwing up too. I was trying to use the mean instead. I was using the interval difference instead of the mean.
Gotcha.
So 23.5 and 56.6, yeah?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep, that's correct.
So a lot of it, like I said, is just making sure you're using SPSS correctly.
Right.
It's possible to do it by hand, but like I said, it's gonna take you way the heck longer, and it may not be correct because they are saying use SPSS.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Yeah, I think I just wasn't inputting that one mean during the T score.
Yeah. Yeah, those the values on there, you've got to make sure that you get them in there because it will throw everything off.
And then something if you haven't done the homework yet, or it's going to ask you to find the margin of error.
Yeah.
That was something that threw me off at first. And so you have to use the T score for it.
Yeah, instead of the Z.
Yeah, instead of the Z score.
Yeah, you just replace the Z with the T.
Yeah.
I know. That threw me off too. A little bit.
Well, you guys, are we gonna close this up, or is there any other questions?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I think I'm good.
All right. Well, I will see you all on Monday then.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
wait. So Monday
yeah.
is Memorial Day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do we want to keep that, or do we want to
Wanna
try
just
and
do
meet
it?
on Tuesday?
If you guys are okay with Tuesday, I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I could do Tuesday that time.
Okay.
Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
That would be fabulous if we could do Tuesday. Just because I have to pick my kids up and they go visit their dad out of state, and so I won't be back until.
Okay.
So
No, it makes sense, and it will be easier for people to spend time with their families and everything. So
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
see you Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds great,
Oh,
guys.
I can set up the meeting on Tuesday.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
That way we don't do it at the exact same time.
Right.
All three of us, please.
All three of us. I was trying.
I mean, at exactly 8:50 though, both of us
That was
hit the
funny.
button to do it.
Yeah.
It's just like calling each other back and forth.
Yep. We're on it. Okay, sweet. I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
everyone.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Okay.
Yep, you
Well.
too.
Bye.
Good night.